Florida governor and 2024 Republican presidential candidate Ron DeSantis did not get a very warm welcome during his unprompted appearance at a prayer vigil.
Well, thank you for doing this. I want to just say to the councilwoman, I got you. Don't worry about it. We've already been looking to identify funds to be able to help. One, make sure there's adequate security for Edward Waters College. We are not going to allow these institutions to be targeted by people.
Your policies
Ouch. Talk about not feeling very welcome. This is what happens when Ron DeSantis actually gets in front of human beings, real people. I know. So, look, this happened on Sunday, by the way. This is the day after a masked white man did a racially motivated shooting of 3 black people inside of a Jacksonville Dollar General. Reports had put that this shooter had tried to previously enter an HBCU in order to perform the shooting. So the suspect, later identified as 21-year-old Ryan Christopher Palmer, shot and killed himself at the scene. Investigators, again, believe that this is racially motivated. Turns out they discovered 3 manifestos, not just one, but 3, allegedly written by the suspect, which contained the shooter's disgusting ideology of hate, filled with, of course, racism. This is according to Jacksonville Sheriff's Office Sheriff T.K. Waters. In fact, Waters said at a press conference, quote, "Plainly put, the shooting was racially motivated and he hated black people." Okay, so now DeSantis was criticized earlier on Sunday for signing a bill that allows people to carry concealed weapons without a government permit. That came into effect on July 1st. We know, of course, from the details of the shooting that the shooter had purchased these weapons legally. Now, that said, concealed weapons, generally handguns. The shooter had actually bought an AR-15 illegally. So, now, critics also accused DeSantis of fueling hate with laws and policies targeting the teaching of black history in the state. I've talked about that before. It's also gone after corporate DEI policies. Now, what's that? That's diversity, equity, and inclusion. Okay? Apparently, not in favor of that. I've covered that before as well. So, with all of that said, and there's plenty more about Ron DeSantis that the black community is not happy with, okay? Why would Ron DeSantis believe that his presence would either be necessary or even welcomed in this space during this vigil for 3 black victims is beyond me. Ron, read the room. You are not welcome here. Look, it got so bad that Jacksonville Councilwoman Jacoby Pittman had to ask the crowd, hey, let him talk, let him talk, okay? Urging them to put parties aside. Again, considering, of course, that this was a prayer vigil, I think I can understand and empathize with that position. At the same time, though, it's pretty clear to me that Ron DeSantis tried to hijack the moment to get himself a photo op. Well, there you go. There's your photo. Well done. I think he gets what he deserves. I mean, you heard people in the crowd saying these deaths are on your hands, your politics caused this, and they're not wrong. They're right. Again, this is supposed to be a non-political event to remember the victims, and this guy shows up pretty much uninvited. What do you think is going to happen? As far as I know, he was uninvited. Now, the same day, and look, if he was invited, by the way, very clear that he wasn't welcome. So the same day, shortly, Ron DeSantis tweets this, or actually puts out a statement on X. After 5 p.m., DeSantis shared a video and statement condemning the shooting and referring to the gunman as a deranged scumbag. He also said, Casey and I stand with the families impacted by the tragic shooting in Jacksonville. The people of Florida stand united in condemning the horrific, racially motivated murders. Our family is praying for the victims, their families, and student body, and the student body of Edward Waters University. So, look, more thoughts and prayers. Wow. You can see why they're not exactly thrilled when it comes to Ron DeSantis. Just more thoughts and prayers, guys. That's all I'm going to offer you. Well, I mean, I guess he actually did something unexpected and actually called it out for being a racially motivated hate attack. So, I mean, damning with faint praise, right? Now, that said, this is not enough. In fact, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to give the last word to Florida Representative Angie Nixon, who went off against the Florida Republican Party and Ron DeSantis.
We have leadership across this state, Republican leadership across this state, who are doing everything to continually attack Black lives, right? They are doing everything to erase Black history. They are feeding our children propaganda. All that does is lead to the devaluation of Black lives. This guy, he had no respect for the Black community. He had no respect. And my colleagues who are in leadership need to stand up and stop the mansplaining and the gaslighting and the misogynoir and the racist rhetoric that they spew time and time again on the House floor and the Senate chambers. Let's be clear. This is the same state legislature that just recently passed a bill to rename a portion of our roadways after Rush Limbaugh. That is what we're dealing with here in the state of Florida. That is why I am so angry. And then we have a very vindictive governor who, if we speak out, we're punished as elected officials. Along with Representative McCarty, sat on that House floor when he unconstitutionally came after 2 congressional Black districts to remove them. I was placed in a basement with rats because I stood up for my community. I am more than angry. And now there are 3 families that no longer have their family members to come home to. This is here in Florida. Governor DeSantis and the Republican Party of Florida are doing nothing but hurting us. And I am angry, and I will not continue to sit idly by.